Mccain Institute attracting former Clinton Foundation owners. The Mccain Institute is the new darling of powerful interest groups and foreign donors seeking to influence U.S. policy after the demise of the Clinton Foundation. Following Hillary Clinton's defeat last November, donations to the Clinton Foundation by foreign donors and the corporate sector dropped by as much as 87% and 37%. While this was clearly devastating news for the Clintons, essentially signaling a drastic decline in their political clout, it has now become clear that the foundation of another former U.S. presidential candidate has gained the favor of many of the Clinton Foundation's former donors. Republican Senator John McCain, current chairman of the Senate's Armed Services Committee, has been donations to the McCain Institute surge, particularly donations from ostensibly, quote, liberal donors such as George Soros and other longtime Clinton backers. The McCain Institute is meant to serve as the senator's legacy, quote, upon his eventual retirement, and claims to be dedicated to advancing human rights, dignity, democracy, and freedom. Like the Clinton Foundation, the McCain Institute is tax-exempt, nonprofit foundation with approximately $8.1 million in assets. However, the McCain Institute's donor list has raised eyebrows among conservative groups due to its uncanny similarity to that of the Clinton Foundation. Among its donors are the neoliberal billionaire and activist George Soros, Evelyn and Lynn de Rothschild, and the for-profit company Teneo. Teneo was co-founded by Doug Band, a longtime associate of the Clinton family and counselor to former President Bill Clinton, as well as an instrumental force in the creation of the Clinton Global Initiative, CGI. In addition to these individuals, many of the same foreign governments that were known to donate massive sums to the Clintons have also bestowed their favor on the McCain Institute. For instance, Saudi Arabia, a nation that funded 20% of Clinton's failed 2016 presidential campaign, made a $1 million donation to the McCain Institute, a donation that both the foundation and the senator himself have refused to explain. Watch John McCain shut down a reporter who asked about the Saudis' $1 million donation to the McCain Institute. McCain shuts down reporter after $1 million Saudi donation.
Senator John McCain getting tested today over questions about a $1 million donation from the government of Saudi Arabia. The money going to a nonprofit that bears McCain's name. McCain said he has nothing to do with the nonprofit, but that's not what ethics experts say. Graham Resnick has the story.
And Mark, foreign governments like Saudi Arabia aren't allowed to donate money to American politicians, so they often give to nonprofits linked to the politicians. Senator McCain claimed today there was no link, and after a few minutes, he cut off questions about the donation.
Senator John McCain is one of the Capitol's most important voices on matters of war and peace.
Thank God for the Saudis and Prince Bandar. We're starting to see a little bit of reversal there.
We're now learning the government of Saudi Arabia donated $1 million to the McCain Institute for International Leadership, a nonprofit that bears the senator's name.
I'm proud that the institute is named after me, but I have nothing to do with it, and except that they use my name, which I am honored, just as the Goldwater Institute uses Goldwater's name.
Democratic presidential candidate Hillary Clinton's been pummeled over foreign contributions to the nonprofit Clinton Foundation. McCain laughed off any comparison.
Look, my friend, look at what Clinton Institute is raised in the form of money. I mean, come on, there's no connection there.
But government ethics watchdogs say there's a reason the McCain Institute is getting Saudi money.
And anyone who's going to chip in $1 million or more to the McCain Institute is going to get John McCain's ear.
McCain's positions on the Middle East largely square with Saudi Arabia's.
This is in Saudi Arabia's interest to try to influence John McCain.
McCain's Republican primary opponent, Kelly Ward, has questions about that influence.
And with all the turmoil in the Middle East, I don't want any touch of impropriety that could come along with that.
But McCain drew the line on questions about the Saudi donation.
One more question about the McCain Institute. They were kind of...
I've answered all the questions. I have answered all the questions I'm going to answer.
There you have it. Foreign governments are forbidden from donating to U.S. politicians and often donate to nonprofits in order to gain privileged access to America's most powerful lawmakers, an arrangement often called pay to play. For instance, the Clinton Foundation received between $10 and $25 million from the Saudi monarchy, between $1 and $5 million more originating from the group Friends of Saudi Arabia, which was co-founded by a Saudi prince. The McCain Institute has also accepted more than $100,000 from the OCP Group, a Moroccan state-run phosphate fertilizer company that operates in territory that it has illegally occupied since 1975. Morocco has been criticized by human rights groups who argue that the Moroccan government consistently violates basic human rights and that its state-owned companies subject their workers to gruesome conditions while exploiting the disputed territory's natural resources. The King of Monaco, not so coincidentally, was himself a major donor to the Clinton Foundation. Hillary Clinton personally received a $12 million check from the king in return for holding a CGI regional meeting in the country. Critics of the McCain Institute have repeatedly pointed out the conflict of interest for the Republican senator, while also noting the Institute's similarities to the Clinton Foundation. This is a very real conflict of interest, Craig Holman, a government affairs lobbyist at Public Citizen, told the Daily Caller. This is the similar type of pattern we received with the Clinton Foundation, in which foreign governments and foreign interests were throwing a lot of money in the hopes of trying to buy influence. And of course, we know that that's what's taking place. Concerns have also been voiced regarding the role of the Institute's donors and McCain's personal leadership in the organization's exclusive Sedona Forum, quote, which critics say is remarkably similar to the Clinton Global Initiative, in that it hosts an annual gathering of special interests and powerful political figures, resulting in the alleged creation of pay-to-play schemes. While McCain's coherence may be fading, his political power in Washington still stands, meaning that the McCain Institute will likely continue to attract the attention and funds of powerful special interests and foreign governments. Well, this is going to change now that Trump's in. You can bet your bottom dollar that that's going to change, because, you know, give him a little time, because it takes a little time. But we know that McCain is a criminal, a warmonger, and he's making a lot of money for supporting these special interest groups that are donating to him. Notice how he shuts the reporter down. That's all the questions I'm going to answer. You mean to tell me, McCain, you haven't made any money off of this? Really? Let us know what you think in the comments below, and thank you so much for watching.